Hello and thank you for joining me for a slightly surprise unboxing. It's not quite in time for Christmas. As you can see, I've got a parcel here from Everything Dinosaur, which has just arrived this morning. Quite surprised at how quickly this has arrived. So I know I said I wasn't going to do many more unboxings, but since Everything Dinosaur have made the efforts to get this to me so quickly, I thought I would share it all with everybody so you can see what's within. Now, I know what this figure is. This is a figure which unfortunately did not arrive quite in time for the Christmas rush. It's a highly anticipated figure by a company called REBOR. And as far as I'm aware, it's the only herbivore figure they've done which isn't either dead or a baby. So I'm interested to see what we've done with this. I know there's going to be 3 different varieties of this figure. I unfortunately only have the space for one because they all look absolutely super. So as you can see, it's beautifully well packed as per Everything Dinosaur standards. And as per Everything Dinosaur, you always get your packing slip. And on top of that, you always get a highly informative, very well written information leaflet too. And here he is. This is REBOR's, we'll say 135, but they're often a little bit overscaled, I find, the REBOR figures. What we tend to do is excuse this by saying it's the largest male possible of a particular species. Let's just shift this noodle snow out of the way here, and we'll get him out. Now, I know this is quite a large figure. As you can see, this figure is named Garden. And it's to go with the Stegosaurus, which is named Savage, so you get Savage Garden. They always have a sort of musical reference with their figures. And I've gone for the mountain variety. You see on the back of the box here, they've got every other figure they've yet done. And they also, quite recently, previewed a Triceratops. REBOR are an interesting company. They very much do their own thing, very much do what they want to do. As usual, we've got a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous little information sheet here, produced by REBOR themselves. Now it's interesting that since REBOR started this, there's been many other companies who've kind of tried to copy their format. So there's been other companies who started to produce figures with bases and kind of copied REBOR's style. As you can see, because I've chosen the mountain variety, you've got this beautiful stone base. It's a polystone base, some nice vine detail, lovely stone detail on there. And I think this will probably be a tail. I suspect the tail is packaged separately. Yes, it is. Because there will be a degree of flexibility in this tail. As you can see, they've put a beautiful gloss wash on these very well designed plates here. And yes, there is a certain degree of flexibility there, so that gives you some posing options for this figure. It's quite soft. The plates are quite soft, so if you did happen to get this for a child, there's certainly no chance of them injuring themselves on it. As you can see, these spikes here, they look very sharp, but they're actually as soft as anything. Beautifully done. Right, let's see if I can get the body of our mountain version of Garden out here. And there he is. Oh, beautiful. Now, there's been some updates to the way Stegosaurus is reconstructed, and this is a slightly more old-fashioned reconstruction of Stegosaurus, but that's not to its detriment at all. There's still a lot of companies which are, far more, more scientifically rigorous than REBOR tends to be, who produce figures which are nowhere near this standard and are still as lacking the sort of accuracies and the updates. So this figure, really, there's not too much of an angle on the back there. It's pretty close. I know the plate count for Stegosaurus Armatus is a little low, but really this is an excellent replica. Let's have a little zoom in on his head here. See if I can just focus there. So you can see all that lovely dermal armour in the throat. Beautifully painted. Very beautifully painted. There's no real shrink wrapping on the skull here. Alright, now why is this not focusing? There we go, that's better. I see we have a visitor today. It's a little spooky. Got the correct number of toes on the feet. Should be 5 there, and there are indeed. However, you will notice that the nails on the outer toes are painted. I know that's a bit of a contentious issue. It's generally thought that archosaurs do not have functional claws on the outer toes, but I've heard other people say that that's not entirely correct, that there might have been on dinosaurs. Anyway, basically I just wanted to share this with you, and I'll give you a first look at this figure. I'll probably do a closer up look at this figure a little later. As you can see, the tail's slotted in there very nicely. There's not much of a seam visible. REBOR do tend to design these very nicely so that seams are minimalised. Heavy texturing they apply to the figures tends to help with that. A really very beautiful little figure here. So looking forward to having a closer look at Savage here, and I hope you are too. I'll see you in the next video.